Morning all. Good morning. Welcome to, what day is it today? I'm getting real baby brain. Thursday morning. So Thursday morning Yogalates today. So just a posh name for a blend of yoga work and Pilates work. So what we're going to do today is our yoga work is going to focus on a standing flow. So we're going to be stood up all the time working through some different postures. That's really going to focus on the legs, so legs and glutes. Some quite strong work there for the legs. And then after we've worked through that flow, we're going to take it down to the mat or to your carpet, wherever you are, for a little bit of Pilates work. We're going to be on our hands and our knees, but there will be plenty of rest breaks for you to ease out your wrists. Remembering that anytime you need to take pressure off your wrists, please do sit back into child's pose, maybe just take a break and roll your wrists. You can also try, rather than having your hand flat like this, a little monkey fist. So if you can see here, I've got a nice straight line up through the wrist joint, which is going to keep this everything stacked up here in this structure, and that's more comfortable a lot of the time for people. So you can always try that, but my wrists don't like being in this position for very long either, so we will be having a lot of rest breaks when we are on hands and knees. Okay, so taking the pressure off constantly, so lots. Right then folks, so we just need either mat or carpet. I find if it's hard floor and your feet get a bit sweaty, and because we're in a wide leg posture for some of it, feet can slip, which you're not so keen on. So a non-slip floor, carpet, mat is great, and just enough room to be able to stand wide-legged and then pop your arms out to the side. So the length of the mat is fine. You could probably get away with even slightly less than that. Rest whenever you need to, particularly with the leg work. So whenever you need to rest, just straighten the legs, okay? That'll take all of the tension out of the quadriceps and the glutes and give you a little bit of a break. Otherwise, keep going. So we're going to have a little bit of mobility first. That's our, again, drawing on our Pilates, and then we'll go into our yoga flow. Right then, folks, let's pop ourselves up. So hopefully you can see me there in the centre of the screen. That looks pretty good. So let's have a little bit of mobility work before we get anything stronger going. It's nice to just remind ourselves of posture and remind ourselves of spinal alignment before we start working. So glance down at your toes, level them up. Draw your imaginary, I can't see my toes really anymore, I have to push this out the way. So have a look at your toes, draw your line from hips through knees to that second toe, and then just feel that you've got equal weight left and right, and through the balls of your feet and your heels as well. Knees are just soft off lock, so we don't need to have a big bend in the knee, but we don't want to hyperextend the joint backwards. So let's just keep a little bit of softness there. And then we're just tucking our tailbone underneath us so that the waistband of the top of your trousers, if you could see it under your t-shirt, would be parallel to the floor and it wouldn't be dipping forwards or dipping back. So let's level up here and start to draw that belly button in towards your spine. Lifting up and opening through that chest, so your shoulders are sliding back and down, and you really feel like you're drawing up tall into the crown of the head. So let's just sink that chin down onto your chest. And then you're going to take your eyes on up to the ceiling. So I don't want you to arch your back as you take a little look up though, just working through the neck. Let your chin sink down again. And then one more time, have a little look up towards the ceiling. Just be aware that we don't arch the back as we do that. And then drop that chin one more time. And if you allow the head to have a little roll side to side. So have that roll out, lovely, gently. And then gently just bring your head back up on top. Peeking over the right shoulder, really draw those shoulders down. Through the centre, peek over left side, a little bit of a peek. And then come on back, right shoulder and right ear just heading towards each other. So a really strong stretch there in the left side of the neck. That feels really good. Let's come back up. Left one comes down. And then if you just pop your head up again, drop your chin down just one more time. And then come on up with that head. Lovely. Take a lovely inhale up towards the ceiling. Now, Yogalates, we have that dichotomy between a yoga breath and a Pilates breath. So in Pilates, we use the deep thoracic breathing, where we breathe laterally into the sides of the rib cage as we inhale. In yoga, we breathe down into the bottom of the belly. So we have two different styles of breath here. So all I want you to do is focus on a lovely centered inhale and exhale. Now let's roll the spine down after this one. So if you drop that chin on down and then just start to roll your spine, just going to the point where you're comfortable. So not as low for me anymore. Pausing and then bending your knees a little more and just working all the way back up, and take a lovely big inhale to the top. And then let's do that roll one more time. So let your shoulders feel lovely and heavy. Drop that chin. Down we go. Pause at the bottom. And then starting to roll all the way back up. Take that last inhale breath. Lovely. And relax your arms all the way down. Now we're going to hug some trees. So we're going to come up to shoulder height. And I want you to imagine that you've got a tree in front of you and you're going to wrap your arms around it. So we're going to hug around the trunk of that tree, C curve in the spine. And then we're going to open back. We're not going to arch the back though. Shoulder blades sweep back together, but we don't arch through the back. So let's just roll forwards. Come on back. And let's just do that one more time. So if you roll forwards, imagine you're hugging a tree, making that circle around it. Come on back, and then if you just relax your arms all the way down. Roll your right shoulder back and really exaggerate that circle. So I want you to really explore the rotation that you've got in that shoulder joint. Last roll here for the right one. And then if you take it over to the left one, and again really exaggerate it. So feel how much rotation have we got. Any areas that aren't quite as easy to get to. So rolling it around. Let's do one more here. Lovely big roll. And relax it down there. Super. Right folks, what we are going to do is take our stance wide. So we're starting in 5-pointed star. So what I'd like you to do for this is to have your feet facing forwards. So if you can have your toes facing forwards, and feel as though if you can that you're rolling into the outside edge of your foot. The knees are slightly off lock. So again, we haven't hyperextended that joint backwards at all. All I want you to do is come on up to create the other 2 points of your star. So the fifth one being the head. And you're just going to pause. Have a think about your pelvis as well. We've still got the Pilates work going on, so make sure that tailbone is tucked. And just rotate to the right side for me. So just rotate to the right. Now your hips are fixed into your star. Now come back to the centre, rotate left. Come back to the centre, and then I want you to dip your right side down, like it's an aeroplane wing, and look up into your left fingertips. Look down into your right fingertips. Come back up to centre. Dip your left aeroplane wing. Look up to your right fingertips. and look down to your left fingertips. Come back up to center and relax your arms here. Take a lovely big deep breath in. Hands come into prayer and they just come down into the chest. Now push those palms together. Inhale up again and just circle the arms out. Just circle those arms out. So just do that one more time for me. So come in, hands together in prayer, center yourself, and then we come up, and then we relax those arms all the way down. Coming back up halfway, 5-pointed star, rotating right, center, rotating left into that lovely spine twist. Come back to the center, right aeroplane wing, dipping it down, looking up to left, looking down to right. Back to center, left aeroplane wing, dips, looking up to right, looking down to left. Come back to center, relax your arms. Now let's change to warrior two. Take your left foot, spin it out to face the short edge of your mat. If you want to have a little bit of a wider base, now's the time to shuffle out with the feet. Feel, if you can, as though you're rolling into the outside edge of this right foot. So let's go ahead and sink into our warrior two. So we're sinking down into this front thigh. We're getting a nice stretch here on the inner thigh as well. Let's take the arms up, remembering that your shoulders stay stacked above your hips, and just take your eyes out towards your left fingertips here. So I want you to keep drawing the shoulders back. Don't let them creep forwards. They're stacked above your hips. Into reverse warrior. So let's find that hamstring. Take the arm up and over. It gives us a baby back bend, just a very small one. And then down you come into your warrior two. Maybe sinking a little bit lower into that leg. And left arm finds left upper leg, circle around. So round we go. Again, exploring that full range of mobility in our shoulder joints. So I want to see if you can get all the way around there. So let's just do one more of these. And then let's come back up, warrior two. So push up through that front leg. Draw the shoulders down. Reverse warrior, find that hamstring. Little baby back bend, opening up the front edge of our body, up and towards those fingertips. Warrior two, last time, sinking a little bit lower if you can. And we're going to release these arms. Now we're going to look into triangle pose. So what I want you to do is straighten out this left leg, but I don't want you to lock it. So it's very tempting to lock the knee back there, if you can see that. So I want you to keep a micro bend in this left knee. Now we come back out into those horizontal arms. Before we start to tilt, I want you to imagine you're reaching for the wall with your left hand. Reaching for the wall, feel the stretch in the hamstring. And then those aeroplane arms dip down. So we have that left hand just behind that left leg, and you can either stay looking forwards or you can look up into your right fingertips. Coming back up into the start of your triangle, I want you to relax your arms, changing your feet for goddess. Take your toes to the corners. So toes are pointing out into the corners of the mat. We're going to sink. So imagine you've got a big bowling ball sat in your pelvis. Really easy for me to imagine that these days. So let the weight of that bowling ball, big old bowling ball, so sink you right down into that mat. I want you to feel like you're holding through your inner thigh, through your quad. Relax those shoulders, arms come up. Lovely. Take prayer, come down to chest and just hold. Push your palms together, so make your chest muscles, your pecs, activate them, make them work as we hold. Maybe sinking a little bit lower. Beautiful. Keep holding. Lovely job. One more breath. And then we're going to come back up here. Take your arms up above your head. Check you haven't locked your knees. And then let's find a lovely tabletop back. So your hips are sliding towards the back of the room. Pausing there. When we're somewhere near parallel. Coming back up. Relax your arms down. Finding warrior two to the other side. So let's spin those toes. So right toe short edge, left toes long edge, rolling into the outside of the foot. So down you go. Find your warrior two. Slide the shoulders down. Stack them over those hips. Find your hamstring, reverse warrior, into a little tiny back bend, just be careful. And then back into our warrior two, so flowing between those two postures. Right forearm comes down to find right thigh. Lovely big circle left. Just exploring all of your movement in that left shoulder joint. So really lovely big circle. Let's just do one more of those. So round you go. Beautiful. And then coming back up, warrior two. Lovely. One more reverse warrior. Find your hamstring. Tiny little back bend. Lovely job. Warrior two. Sinking a little bit low. Relaxing arms, straightening up, preparing for triangle. Keep that little micro bend in the right one. Come back out and imagine you're stretching forwards with those right fingertips first. Down we come, little aeroplane arms. Taking either the eyes up or just keeping them somewhere forward so that you feel balanced. Left shoulder stays stacked above right. And then just bring the arms back up, relax them down, swinging those toes out for goddess. Stay lovely and wide, sink into it. Let's come up, hands together, then come down to heart, activate through the pecs, so push your palms together. Lovely, sink a little bit lower. Keep breathing. Lovely. We come on up, straighten the legs but don't lock the knee. Lose the arms to the side, ready for tabletop. Come on up. Draw the shoulders down and back you go with those hips. So somewhere that looks fairly parallel to the floor, I just want you to pause and then continue to the floor with your fingertips. If you can. Pausing that stretch. And then we're going to walk our hands together. We're going to walk or jump the feet in. Onto your tiptoes. I need to go out like a frog now, but you hopefully have got your knees forwards in front of you. And then just start to roll up through that spine. All the way up. Lovely big inhale and then exhale all the way down. Lovely. Right guys, we're coming down onto hands and knees. So if you pop yourself to the short end of your mat, down you go when you're ready. And once you get onto that mat, I just want you to sit back into child's pose and then come onto hands and knees a couple of times. So just come on up, hands and knees. And then just sit back, so just rocking that weight back. Lovely for that low spine. Just do that one more time. So let's come forwards and back. And then back onto hands and knees. And bring your knees underneath your hips. So we're going to take the hands under the shoulders and we're going to connect through those lovely deep core muscles. Now it's up to you here whether you want to keep the tops of your foot flat on the floor like I have, or whether you would like to tuck your toes underneath you as we push up. We're going to be hovering the knees off the floor. So nice and strong through the upper body. Think about pushing down through the palms, lifting up through the upper back. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, we're going to float. And I want you to squeeze that pelvic floor up. Really keep hold of it through the lift. And gently releasing to the floor. So 3 more of those. Inhale, exhale, squeeze up, hold the pelvic floor. Strong through the upper body. Gently releasing. Let's do that twice more. So inhale breath, exhale press, squeeze everything up. And to the floor. Let's do 1 more of those. Inhale, exhale. And release to the floor. Well done. Sit back onto those heels again. Knees go wide if you would like them to go wide. Give a little bit of an ease out for those wrists. Give them a little bit of a rest. And we're going to go 4 more of those. 4 more. So as your knees hover, I want everything to become tight. So I want belly button to come up into the spine. I want the pelvic floor to come up as they are squeezing up towards the bottom of that lowest rib. Come on up. So back into your tabletop. So knees underneath hips. So let's get ready to go. Remember, you can tuck your toes if it's more comfortable. Inhale, breath. Squeeze everything up and in. Exhale as we lift. Strong upper body. Releasing. Take a breath. Exhale, squeeze up and in. Release. Just 2 more if you can on those wrists. Prepare, inhale, exhale, push. Strong through the upper body, soften those elbows. Release. Last one here, ready? And release, lovely. Let those knees come a bit wider. Sink back into that child's pose again and just ease off through those wrists if they feel a little bit ouchy. A bit of a wiggle side to side. Lovely. And then just start to roll yourself back up. Lovely. Stack those shoulders up over those hips. Wonderful. So let's come down to seated, however you're most comfy, and just finish with a couple of spine twists here. So however you're comfortable seated, stack that spine all the way up into the chin and into the crown of the head. Relax those shoulders. Lovely. So chin comes down to chest. Looking up to ceiling without pushing the chest forwards. Come back down to chest. Looking back up to ceiling. And then back down to chest one last time. And then back up to our halfway house. And then let's just step those hands around to that right side. over your left shoulder. Head comes back, has a little look over the right shoulder. And then just back to the centre with everything. Step over left, pause. Peeking over right shoulder. Peek over that left one. Come back to centre. Relax shoulders down. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Inhale, breath to the top. Exhale, breath down. So last one, we'll bring the hands together at the top. Up you can, hands together, slide down. Namaste. Release. Lovely, guys. So I hope that has helped to wake up and connect with your body at the start of the day. So a nice flowing practice that just gets us moving and gets us thinking about our bodies and tuned into our bodies. So I will see you guys again at 5 o'clock today when we're going to be doing some light legs, bums and tums. So no impact, so no bouncing around or anything like that. So some static conditioning, and I hope to see you then. But if you have got any questions about anything, do drop me a little comment on the video and I can answer you in person. Otherwise, stay well, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you all soon.